The name of Asahi actually means the rising sun. So I think the sun is not setting, the sun is still rising, and in that respect, I think it should be bright for all of us.
All right.
Welcome here in Wetzarbe. We're in one of the biggest plants in the All4Labels group. It's near Hamburg in Germany. This is one of our main conventional press departments we have in the group, with flexo presses, silk screen and inkjet actually here in the house. And we are here in the plate making department with our new CCC. I think during shorter print runs, we always have to deal with more flexibility in our print production and time to market. And I think these are the main issues we always find in the whole production process. We always have to look on the connectivity for our automation systems, the connectivity to workflows, the productivity of the machine, of course the pricing, and a sustainable product for our customers and for ourselves. When we started the project back in 21-22, we already had 4 different CDIs. We had 2 bag exposers, 2 or 3 washers, and an XPS already here in use. Everything in a full HD environment. The main focus of the old work, the manual work, was on a high flexibility in our print production and a high output due to all the different machines we had. And this came with a big drawback and some issues for future development. The main issue was that we had a very manual process, which was very hard work for the operators to handle all the different machines. We had no automation. We had no connectivity to our workflow systems. By high output during high production runs and fast print runs and so on, the operator here in the plate making department was always really in some stress situation. He made some errors and we always had some planning issues and scheduling problems. So this is what we didn't want to continue anymore. And the CrystalCleanConnect had some good answers for all these problems that we could connect to our workflow, to automate the whole process and to minimize the operator handmade work.
All4Labels is one of the larger label printers around the world. We have known this site in specific for many years, so we have had a very long-term relationship with the site in Hamburg. We did already have a cooperation with All4Labels on different, screening testing, CDI testing. They are quite close to actually the factory of our own CDI Crystal and XPS Crystal. For example, we did test our LED devices with All4Labels, but before that, we also tested screen imaging and screen UVing with our CDI Spark. So we have I would dare to say, at least 20 years history with All4Labels. At the same time, All4Labels was also in a very good relationship with Asahi because they were working with the Asahi water washable plate for quite a few years. So it was only a matter of time to make sure that we would be able to provide a fully automatic solution, because it has become a lot more difficult to find qualified labor in Europe in general, but certainly in this area.
If you see a normal standard plate production, the machines are capable normally to make 24 plates in one shift, in one 8-hour shift. If you want to do that, you need actually 2 operators to handle all that equipment. So here, we do not need 2 operators, we just need 1 hour operator time to handle that machine. So that is, I think, the biggest USP, that you do not need so much operator anymore and everything is automated. In addition, of course, this machine is using water wash plates. That I think is also an industry first, which was never there in the history, to that level of automation. We automate from laser imaging all the way until the plate cutting. That itself has not existed in the past, and the operator literally can pick the single plate and put it on the mounting machine. So that is, yes, that is one of the big advantage for this. First of all, the need is an important driver. The customer requirement was, in fact, to go towards a night shift without actually using operators, or say like that also to have no variation between day and night shift. So we put all our heads together and we discussed with the goal to have a standardized, automated process. So for us, there was a lot of fire between the different teams because everybody had this, yes, we want to do it attitude. The rest was not so complicated, I have to say. Important is that people are having the same mindset between the different teams. And if that works, then you can see what comes out in a very short time. So altogether, we took something like 2 years to develop that machine. One of the things is standardization. If you have different shifts, different operators, inevitably you will have different plate qualities. If you have an automized process, then everything is standardized every day, every month, every year. So that is a big benefit for the printer. So Flexo actually becomes a reliable alternative compared to other printing processes.
One benefit is that we can put all our print files directly from the prepress into a whole connected system. We can reduce our waste by placing different jobs onto a plate. And by this, the automation works very fine. We reduce the waste, we reduce the manual input from the operator and automate the whole process.
When we started in 1973, sustainability was really at our heart of our development. So we started with water development with liquid resin, that is water wash resin. And we always had technologies which are without solvent, and we carried that all the way through until now. The quality of the plate is in no means any inferior to the existing solvent wash plates. So we have, I probably can say, even higher quality with that type of plate development, because we have here a speciality that our plate have a very low surface energy. So that means that in the printing, all the ink is transferred to the substrate. So that itself is a big advantage to the customer. And as I said, this is a water wash process. And by the way, that plate 2 years ago, we also certified carbon neutral with a carbon trust.
ESCO helped us very good and very straightforward to implement the whole system into our workflows, connect it to the ERP system, and to automate the whole process. And together with Asai as our main plate supplier here at the plant, we have a good and very high on quality plate for us and for our customers. This benefits each other a lot. Not really. It was straightforward. We had a short training for about 3 weeks or so. And we were able to produce the first plates after 2 or 3 weeks after the first aggregate was positioned here. This was really straightforward. For future development in the screening, this gives us a future option to raise the quality in print production. The plates are more stable in the longer runs, and this gives us a very good advantage in speed and quality.
Well, looking at the size of the system, you do need a certain volume of plates. So it's not for the small label customers. It is for a decent size operation. I would dare to say consumption of 2,000 square meter flexo photopolymer plates would be good. Below that, I would dare to say that it may be a challenge to find an ROI. That being said, it all depends on the local situation. It is a system that works well in a 24-hour operation where you need less attention. At night, you could operate it by a press operator, for example, that comes by and makes a few plates and then disappears again because it's fully automatic. And you don't need a tremendous training or education to operate it. It is plug and play, meaning you put a plate on the front, press the play button, and then it's gone for you. You can return back to your task and do something totally different.
Of course, the print runs will decrease. I think quality isn't that a real big topic. It comes from itself. We have to be faster, we have to be sustainable, we have to automate as much as possible and connect us with our customers in all kinds of processes and workflows. So I think this is one of the key challenges for all printers in the market in the future.
If I get started, there's many things I probably can say. So for example, one is we can connect to this machine that is, we call it loop system. So this is a water recycling unit that we can use the water in the machine in the closed loop. So that is definitely one of the add-on. And on Drupa, we will show that unit so for people to see. The other feature, what we also have in mind, is actually in the name. It's called CrystalCleanConnect. So Crystal is the ESCO part, Clean is our clean print technology, and Connect stands for connecting that machine both up and down that value stream. So of course you can think about yourself what could be possible for the future, but this is just a start. Yes, Asai, the name of Asai actually means the rising sun. So I think the sun is not setting, the sun is still rising, and in that respect I think it should be bright for all of us.